Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Great Gibraltar Draft with Hound Dogs, where today we'll be taking on Benfica in the Champions League group stage. I say this almost every time, but I'm feeling pretty confident about this Champions League group. Looking at it, we can see we've got Arsenal, Dynamo Kiev and Benfica. I reckon we could get something from Benfica and Dynamo Kiev. Arsenal, I think they're a bit better than they are in real life. So you can see that by the likes of Szoboszlai in there, as well as Ferran Torres up top, Aaron Hickey, as well as obviously their normal bunch, Antonio Conte at the wheel. So it will be a challenge, but I think we'll be okay. We do have some transfers to make you aware of, though. Before we jump into it, make sure you leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss more. Thanks. Let's jump in, though. Oh, and you can see we won our first two games. All good, all normal there. Now, transfers. First, we need to go back to the end of last season where we did actually bring in a couple of players. Those being... Where are we? No, not that one. This one. Here we go. So, yeah, we did bring in some players. The outgoings were the same. We lost some big names. If you haven't seen it, go check out the last episode. But we did lose a lot of big players for big money. 25 million we brought in at the end. But we have signed two players at the end of last season. One of those being Raphael Natter. He's come in. He's going to be joining our under-23s for the future. Good physicals, determination and flair look very, very nice. Decent passing and dribbling as well. So hopefully we can also increase his crossing a little bit and he could be a nice little winger out on the left-hand side. With that as well, we've also signed Einar Loth from Hoggerson. Hoggerson, I think that's actually how you say it. One goal in one appearance in the league so far, and looks like a very decent player. 21 years old, Norwegian international. 1.7 million we've spent on him, and I think he could become quite the player if we give him the game time he needs. Some great strength as well as decent pace. Not great pace, but again, flair, anticipation. He's a bit like the Norwegian Zlatan, and that's how I'm looking at it anyway. But yeah, again, very, very good looking player. So very excited with him. Now we've also signed a bunch more and sold a couple more in the start of this season. Let's look at the outs though. Don't look on the left. Don't ruin it. First is Camilo Sacramento. He's gone to Al Jazeera. We brought him in from Tottenham on a free. Al Jazeera came in for him for 3.4 million. It met his release clause, so again, he went. I'm not too concerned about him going. We were looking to play him as a centre-half. It wasn't really working, and we've got full-backs that I'm happy with, so I was happy for him to go. It was fine. We made money on him. The other one is Lucio Flavio to Aston Villa. I think we actually made a loss on him. Oh, no, we didn't. We did make a profit in the end. So that's good. That's a win. He was moaning that he wasn't getting game time. He wasn't going to get the game time he wanted. So he was bought by Aston Villa when they came in for him. So there you go. Now, we have brought in a couple of names, and they are quite good. I think we've done all right. Noah Mance came in, who we had pre-signed on a pre-contract before he turned 18. May have been a mistake. Moving on swiftly, though, we've got Ondrej Nemec from Slavia Prague, 750k. He's a fullback / centre half, can play anywhere along the back line, really. He'll be in our under-23s this season, but again, I think he looks very promising. Some great bravery in there, great decisions, determination, concentration. So there's some great stats at a young age. Already made 21 under-21 appearances as well for the Czech Republic. So a bit of international experience as well. Now we get into the good stuff. Tommy Smetak from Roma, paid 6 million, rising to 7. I think he's just got those key attributes that we really, really want with a bit of quality. That determination, decision, composure, passing, technique, and first touch. I think we just needed that something to really give us it. 20 years old, he can still develop everywhere else in his game as well. Physicals look good, can improve along with that, and he's worth 12 to 16 million. I think he's a brilliant signing from Roma. So I'm very happy with him. Then we've also brought in Lorenzo Coda for a free from Tottenham, another Tottenham player that we've signed. He only played 3 times for Tottenham, 24 years old, but another winger, centre midfielder, striker, can play in lots of positions, which is, again, exactly what we want, but great technique, teamwork off the ball, work rate's good as well. Determination, again, very, very good. So another player that I'm very, very excited about. Italian, under 19 capped. Don't think he'll be getting into the first team squad anytime soon, but, you know, Lasse Sorensen from Feyenoord is up next. 25 years old. Again, this one, another bit of quality, composure, decisions and technique all there. And he's a bit more well-rounded than Smetback. That's it. I can't remember the names of these players to save my life. But yeah, he's a little bit more well-rounded than him, so he will be able to do a bit more of the kind of box-to-box work needed. But we've also got Gonzalo Sanseviero from Saints on a free. Again, passing, technique, all very good. So hopefully we can keep that ball. And natural fitness is very, very good. So he shouldn't hopefully get injured. But attacking wise, first touch is good as well. Decisions, of course, balance in there alongside. So a Uruguayan that's, again, experienced in the Premier League. So can't argue too much for bringing him in on a free. And then one of my favourite names, Nutgran, coming in from Hertha Berlin for 3 million. A winger to come in, advanced playmaker style player, but we'll be playing him as an inverted winger. So he come in inside and kind of be a bit more involved in the game, or maybe even behind the striker, because he's got that teamwork vision, work rate, flair though, as well as dribbling and first touch. Passing and technique aren't bad either. 19 years old, 2 caps for Norway. Hopefully he'll get many more and we'll continue to have him perform to the best of his ability. But that is the transfers we've made. So we brought in a few players. We had to kind of make up for the players we lost at the end of last season. We didn't spend too much in the end, and we're getting closer to the new stadium that we've got coming up. So things are looking positive, especially for next season, if we can hold on to a few of the players. Constantini has become a very good player for us up front. He's been, well, really knocking Romero off his perch up top for us. But we've also got Amar Loth now, so he'll be in and around. We have promised a few players game time as well as a transfer if a price is met. It's not likely the price is going to be met, so I'm not too worried about that. But the other player that you won't have seen is Amonom Ondo, who's another player that we pre-bought, basically, ready for the season. He's finally signed for us from Dunkirk, and he looked very, very good. I'm very happy with him. 20 flair, 16 off the ball, 19 determination, the passing, the technique, the dribbling. He's not got quite that finishing touch yet, but at 20 years old, I'm hoping that he will get it, because some of those stats in there are brilliant. And the acceleration is there as well to get past the player to play a ball. So hoping he comes good. But this will be the lineup we'll go for today. Latino in goal, Daga Ang and Mbayama, Murray and Leo at the back. Pelez is currently out with a bit jaded, so we've just got Lelo in there. He can do a job, absolutely no problem. Sanseviero and Sorensen in midfield, with Ballard, Diarasuba and Amonon Ordo in the attacking midfield, and then Costantini up top. Pardo's on the not able to play. We've got a couple of players unregistered because, again, we're having issues with obviously registration. And Rog is a little bit jaded, so he'll be sitting off. But we've got Coda, Loth, Benali, Sawadogo, of course, and Naranjo in there, along with Romero, who can change a game in an instant. So let's jump into it against Benfica. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a big game. If we can get anything from today's game, it could set us up really well for going forward, especially as we're at home. We've got that advantage, but there's really not much else to it other than giving it the best we've got and seeing if we've got the might to match Benfica, which I know will be a tough one with the quality they'll have. But they're playing quite deep. We're obviously playing our 4-2-3-1, a bit more attacking, a bit more aggressive now. So hopefully that'll work in our favour, and hopefully we'll be able to keep the ball as well. So let's get into it and get a win, preferably. So there was nothing that happened in that first half. Don't know if I'm happy or unhappy with that. A bit of a weird one, but okay. The only problem we've got is Sorensen injury, so we might have to look at bringing him off. Because I don't want to risk him getting anything long term. Let's bring Sawadogo on. We'll drop Salafu in, I think, and have Sawadogo as that attacking player, maybe. No, actually, what we'll do is we scratch that. We'll bring Coda on. Lorenzo Coda can play in that attacking midfield slot. See what he can create for us in there with a bit of quality, and hopefully we can make something happen. If Constantini's not going to do much, we might have to look to move him off as well. But there's a few players that aren't playing great, but it's a half-decent delivery initially by the winger, and Dagaang receives that back into Salafu, who's playing slightly deeper now, into Coda, Sansevero, into Ballard, who's going to have to work his magic because there's no real space out wide. I mean, there's loads of space out wide, that's what I'm trying to say, and no one's out there. But it's played out wide here, Leonardo Loli, to get down the left-hand side. Can he deliver? He does find the ball into the box. It's a header towards goal, but it's just over the bar. Who was that? I think that was Sonseviero getting that header off. So not a bad start to the second half. We've had the only highlight of the game so far. And I mean, with 20 minutes to go, it looks like we might only have one highlight the entire game. I've said that, and now they're going to score, haven't I? I've jinxed it. That's what it is. Letinho with the goal kick. It's a long ball forward. Are we going to be able to get ahead on this? It does. Costantini does well. Finds Ballard. Costantini gets it back over the top from Ballard, who shoots and pops it in at the near post. I mean, that is the strangest 1-2 I've ever seen. Quite the finish in the end. But yeah, I mean, win the header initially. Costantini nodding it down to Ballard. Dominic Ballard took a touch and just a little dinked ball over the top, really, to find him. And he got through and slotted it in at the near post, beating all the defenders, ends up. And the keeper is going to be disappointed that it's at the near post. But I'm certainly not disappointed. With 15 minutes to go, 1-0 up against Benfica. Could this be the year? Could it be? Probably not. Don't get excited. We'll bring Naranjo on that left-hand side because we know Amoromo Ondo is getting a little bit jaded there. Dirasuba, I think we will take off now and put Sawadogo back in that centre midfield spot. Just, again, try and get some fresh legs on the pitch, especially in the middle of the park, because they're going to have to do a lot of running. As Leonardo delivers to Murray at the back post, it's come off the post, hit a defender, and is cleared. I mean, we are creating the chances. I haven't seen a Benfica chance so far, even though it seems to be quite even in the match stats, although possession-wise, we've not got much. As Ballard looks to deliver here, it's a header towards goal. Saranvero, God almighty, heading towards goal, but with a couple of minutes to go, that looks like it should be it. And we've got to win against Benfica in the Champions League. No one panicked too much, but I'm getting very excited. What a win. What an absolute fantastic win that is, to give us a chance. Bayern with Yusufa Moukoko beating Club Brugge 1-0, but we beat Benfica 1-0 with Costantini. What a result. Yeah, I mean, technically, we're top of the table at the moment with Arsenal not having played yet and Dynamo Kiev. So, hey, if stop the clock. That's the answer, right? Stop the check or whatever the meme is. I don't know. I'm old now. With that said, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next one. We'll be back, hopefully, in another position to get a win and get into the knockouts. But with that, we'll see you in the next one.